say behind that is what a man. Um, what a man. Well, Isaac, I hate to put you up at this time, but Isaac Duncan the third. He is a sculptor and he's coming to speak at this time.
You can just feel the love that everybody has for Richard and the love that he gave everybody. Richard, for me, was more than a mentor. He was more than a friend. I call him my art father. He was the one that took me under his wing and showed me and talked to me about the art world. How the art world is vast, and you have to figure out where you want to be in this art world. Because what happens in one part of the art world does not happen in the other. He was the one that taught me that in order to make it, I had to do one thing: work. You gotta put the work in. He reminded me when I was young, when I was at the University of Notre Dame, when I first met him. Remember, no one said, "Isaac, come be a sculptor." That hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, what do you mean? And after I started thinking about it, it was really simple. It's on you. And always remember it's on you. Don't expect somebody else just to open the door for you. You gotta go out there, you gotta be ready for when that door's open. You can walk through. Every day when I'm in my studio, I'm thinking of Richard. He was the one that taught me that stop thinking about the money, just think about the work. The money will come. And when you get it, use it to get more tools or a bigger space, because that will broaden your artwork. The more tools you have, the more chances you can make something new. The bigger the space you have, the more space you can investigate. And as a sculptor, that's what you do. If it wasn't for Richard, I wouldn't be married. I wouldn't have a son. Because through meeting Richard, I came here to Benton Harbor in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it was here where I met people and friends and family, which introduced me to my wife, which then later we got married and had a son. It's here where I went to the Krauser Art Center, met a whole bunch of other brothers that I didn't know I had that went through the Richard Hunt Studio. And one of them happened to be his professor at the University of Kentucky, which was the next step I went from here and received the fellowship there. From there, I met another artist by the name of John Henry, who was another Chicago-based artist, which I later worked for as his supervisor. And when I first met him, I was in New Jersey at a conference, and I was talking to his wife, and his wife was like, "Hey, John, come meet this guy, Isaac Duncan." And John goes, "I know this guy. I know more about him than he thinks I know about him." And that was because of Richard. Richard and John shared a studio on Little Street back in the days. And they kept in contact. And somehow my name came up in the conversation. So what my parents told me, especially my grandmother, the world is very small. So watch what you do. And it's true. I will always have a heart for Benton Harbor. I will always have a heart for this community. I will always have a heart and love for Richard. He was the one that really gave me an understanding what it is to be an artist, to have the biggest freedom you can have, the best occupation you can have, where you're not working one day at all in your life, but you're providing joy, love and family, hope, legacy, and friendship to everybody you meet.